Toga unleashes the Sad Man Parade, Froppy is defeated, and Uraraka joins the final fight? Let's talk about all of this and more as we dive right into the newest chapter of My Hero Academia. So My Hero Academia Chapter 375 is finally out, and with it we get to see just how Toga's fight with Uraraka and Froppy played out, as well as how she managed to unleash Twice's ultimate ability. But before I begin, don't forget to Detroit smash that like button and slide on into that subscribe button's DMs to hit that notification bell. And now, without further ado, let's dive right into My Hero Academia Chapter 375, titled A Mess. This chapter opens up with a flashback to Uraraka, Froppy, and the other heroes fighting Toga on Ukutu Island. The heroes, having deduced that Toga's hiding technique uses some kind of misdirection, decide that their best course of action in this fight is to make sure they attack her in groups, greatly nullifying her sneak attack capabilities. Basically, it's harder for her to hide when there's more than one set of eyes on her. During this time, Gang Orca realizes that the high-end Nomu he is fighting doesn't have a regeneration quirk, and so he asks all the other heroes on the island to help him take down the monster once and for all. And the other heroes do, as they have already defeated almost all of the villains that were on the island. Toga, still in combat with multiple heroes, realizes that after the Nomu is defeated, all of the other heroes will focus their attention on her, which will undoubtedly lead to her defeat. Not really her desired outcome. So she briefly considers using Twice's blood, but she ultimately decides not to, as she assumes that with the little amount of blood she has, she would only be able to make 30 to 40 clones in total. Meaning that if she transforms now, the heroes will inevitably fight back and the Sad Man's Parade will die on this island. Toga then considers saving the blood in case Makia wakes up and saves her like last time, but it quickly occurs to her that on the off chance Makia was reawakened, he is currently nowhere near Okutu Island, so he wouldn't be able to get to her in time. Toga then wonders if the heroes know about her having Twice's blood, and if that's the real reason why they sent her to an island in the first place. But in the end, seeing that there are no other options, Toga decides to put all her fate in Spinner and his mission to retrieve Kurogiri, as she takes out the vial and attempts to drink it. However, before she can, Froppy, who is waiting for this moment, assuming that Toga would use the blood of Shigaraki or All For One himself, something that didn't even occur to me, quickly snatches the vial from Toga with her tongue and smashes it. But unfortunately for our beloved Frog Girl, this was a part of Toga's plan all along, as Toga, who knows Froppy as a calculating and clear-headed person, had expected Froppy to intervene this way. So instead of taking out a vial of blood, the vial Froppy smashed actually contained a drug given to Toga by All For One that attracts high-end Nomus. And now this drug is all over Froppy's tongue, and the high-end in the area immediately starts to attack Froppy. This massive attack causes a giant wave of water to block everyone's vision, and when the wave settles and Uraraka regains her vision, she sees two Froppys together on the ground. One dangerously injured, and the other perfectly fine. Before Uraraka can make her way to interrogate the two, we see that one of them already has a vial in their mouth, and Toga quickly turns into Twice and immediately starts making clones. And luckily for the Blood Queen, that's exactly when Kurogiri appears with his portals, informing everyone that he's been given a mission to save Shigaraki and the League. Kurogiri then asks Toga what she wants to do and where she wants to go, to which she replies she wants to eliminate all of the heroes, starting with Hawks. As Toga enters the portal in Twice's body, Uraraka desperately tries to catch Toga with her grapple wire to no avail, resulting in Uraraka shouting out at Toga in a last-ditch effort that they haven't even been able to talk about love like Toga wanted. Uraraka saying this causes Toga to hesitate for a split second, but she sinks back through the portal with a sad expression on her face as she replies, "How great it would be if we could. Following this, the story cuts back to Gunga Mountain and right back to where the last chapter left off, as we see Dabi burn down half the forest with his quirk, and Toga activate her Sad Man Parade attack, creating hundreds, if not thousands, of Twice clones. I guess you really underestimated the speed of Twice's cloning capabilities. In seeing these clones, Hawks immediately recognizes that this is the result of Toga's quirk, and Kinoko Kamori, you know, the mushroom girl of 1B, looks on at the incoming army in despair as she says it seems that all hope is lost. But before this chapter ends, we jump right back to Okutu Island, where we see Froppy using her tongue launch Uraraka straight through Kurogiri's portal right before it closes. And with this, chapter 375 comes to an end as Uraraka arrives at Gunga Mountain and joins the ultimate battle with Hawks, All For One, Endeavor, Dabi, and Toga, as we see the flash of the TV reporter from last chapter say, once again, the world can be changed by the power of a single person. Overall, I really enjoyed this short chapter. It was cool to see that Toga only used Twice's blood because it literally was her only option at the time, but what really struck me about this chapter is how Uraraka is now with Endeavor and Hawks at Gunga Mountain. I wasn't expecting that at all. It completely changes how I thought these fights were going to turn out and adds a brand new dynamic to an already dynamically intense fight. I mean, Uraraka is going to face down against All For One before Midoriya does. That's insane. Personally, I think Uraraka's purpose for being here is to deal with the Twice clones, as they could be leading up to a moment where Uraraka does what Toga did during the Meta Liberation arc, where she levitates the clones and lets them all fall to their demise, showing the similarities between Toga and Uraraka, while also not turning Uraraka into a mass murderer. Clones don't have rights, right? But let me know what you think of this chapter. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and comment what you think is going to happen next. For more My Hero content, subscribe to the Lunchtime crew. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Plus Ultra.